If there's one thing life has taught me, it's this: time doesn't wait. It doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care how confused you feel. It just keeps moving quietly, relentlessly, silently. And one day you wake up and realize you're not where you wanted to be, not because you weren't good enough, but because you didn't value the one thing that mattered most: time. We scroll, we wait, we procrastinate, we think we'll do it tomorrow. But what if there is no tomorrow? What if this moment right here is all you've got? Every second you waste doubting yourself is a second stolen from the life you could be building. Every minute you spend comparing yourself is a minute taken away from your growth. Time is the currency of your life. Don't spend it on things, people, or thoughts that don't help you evolve. Because here's the truth: you're not running out of chances, you're running out of time. And it's about time you started living like it. Every second you waste is a moment of your potential lost forever. Time isn't just ticking away, it's shaping who you become. The opportunities you miss in seconds may take years to come back around, if ever. Most people don't even realize how much damage is done in tiny moments of inaction. A few extra minutes of distraction, a little more scrolling on your phone, another day saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." It all adds up. You may not feel it instantly, but over time it builds into regret. That regret isn't just about what you didn't do, it's about the person you didn't become, because you allowed time to slip through your fingers without intention. You were born with gifts, ideas, energy, creativity. None of it lasts forever if it's not used. Potential doesn't grow on its own. It needs to be exercised, molded, tested, and every second that goes by, your window to explore that potential becomes narrower. Time is your silent companion, but also your toughest competitor. While you're relaxing into comfort, time is racing ahead, waiting for no one. That second you spent hesitating, someone else used it to take a step forward. That hour you wasted worrying, someone else used it to build something real. In a world that moves fast, even small delays can have big consequences. People talk a lot about talent, luck, or connections, but the truth is, time is the ultimate equalizer. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. What separates those who rise from those who stay stuck is not intelligence, money, or charm. It's what they do with their time. If you truly believed that your potential could create something extraordinary, would you still waste your seconds on things that don't serve that vision? Those seconds hold power. Power to change your health, your mindset, your relationships, your entire future. But only if you use them with intention. Sometimes we tell ourselves we're waiting for the right moment, the perfect chance, the sign from the universe. But in reality, we're just afraid to start. And while you're stuck in that fear, time is still moving. It won't pause for your doubt. It won't rewind for your comfort. It keeps flowing, silently taking pieces of your unlived dreams with it. And that's the real danger, believing there's always more time, when in truth, all you ever have is right now. Time doesn't stop for anyone. Either you lead it, or you get left behind. There's no pause button on life. It doesn't matter how overwhelmed you feel, how unsure you are, or how many setbacks you've faced, time keeps moving. You can try to ignore it, distract yourself, make excuses, or even pretend like tomorrow will always be there. But while you're sitting still, the world keeps spinning, people keep evolving, and opportunities keep passing by. Time has no sympathy, no bias, no flexibility. It doesn't wait until you feel ready. It rewards action, not hesitation. When you decide to take control of your time, you begin to lead your life. You stop reacting to circumstances and start creating them. Most people live on autopilot, waking up to the same routine, giving their energy to things that don't fulfill them, and then wondering why nothing changes. But time isn't the problem, it's how they use it. Every hour you spend scrolling through distractions, staying stuck in the past, or engaging in toxic cycles is an hour you could have used to change your life. And time won't give it back. Success doesn't belong to the people who had more time. It belongs to those who used their time with purpose, those who decided not to be victims of the clock but masters of it. Because time is a force, you can let it push you around, or you can ride it with direction. The choice is always yours. When you take charge of your time, you take charge of your future. You say yes to growth, to progress, to movement. Even if the steps are small, they compound. Even if you feel slow, you're still ahead of everyone who chose to stay stagnant. Waiting for the right conditions is just a clever way of staying stuck. Life won't slow down for you to catch your breath. The people who make an impact aren't the ones who waited until they had all the answers. They're the ones who moved forward even when they didn't. They respected time enough to not let it pass untouched. Every minute that slips by unused becomes a missed opportunity to grow, to evolve, to live fully. And the longer you let time lead you, the further you drift from the person you were meant to become. Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. It doesn't show up loudly or dramatically. It creeps in, disguised as harmless delay. It whispers, "You can do it later," and you believe it because later feels safer than now. But what we don't realize is that every time we delay action, we plant seeds of regret. Not because we didn't know what to do, but because we chose comfort over courage. Procrastination feels easy in the moment, but it comes with a price paid in lost potential, missed chances, and broken promises to ourselves. It starts small. You postpone a task for an hour, then a day, then a week. Soon your goals become distant memories, and your ambitions begin to fade. What once felt urgent becomes buried under distractions. You convince yourself that tomorrow will be different, that somehow you'll feel more motivated or more ready. But motivation doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing. Procrastination robs you of that momentum before it even begins. It traps you in a cycle of planning and wishing, but never truly doing. There's nothing more dangerous than believing you have unlimited time. That's the illusion procrastination feeds on. It tells you there's always more time, so you let important moments slip through your fingers. The truth is, opportunities don't wait around. The world is constantly moving forward, and if you're not moving with it, you're falling behind. Your dreams won't chase you. You have to chase them, and that chase requires effort, discipline, and urgency. People who succeed aren't the ones who never feel lazy or scared. They're the ones who take action in spite of it. They understand that their future depends on what they do now, not what they say they'll do someday. They don't leave their destiny in the hands of later. They take ownership of their time and make intentional decisions. Procrastination doesn't just delay your progress. It weakens your belief in yourself. Every time you avoid a task, you reinforce the habit of running from responsibility. And eventually, you stop trusting your own word. Discipline begins with the first step you take when you don't feel like it. Confidence grows every time you break the pattern of delay. Your dreams aren't waiting at the end of a perfect day. They're built in the imperfect now. Your future depends on what you do with your time today. It's easy to dream about a better life, to imagine success, happiness, and purpose. But dreams mean nothing without action. Every vision you have for yourself, whether it's personal, professional, physical, or emotional, requires time to become real. And not just time passing, but time used with intention. What you do today shapes the version of you that will exist tomorrow. The choices you make right now, how you spend your hours, where you focus your energy, what you prioritize, are either building your future or delaying it. We often think of the future as some far-off place, as if we have time to waste before we get serious. But the future starts the moment you decide to take responsibility. It doesn't begin in a month or next year. It begins with the next decision you make. That's where your power lies. You can't control every outcome, but you can absolutely control your efforts, your habits, and your focus. Time is like currency, and each moment you spend either becomes an investment or a cost. The habits you form today will either carry you closer to your goals or further away from them. If you spend your time wisely, nurturing your skills, working on your mindset, learning from your mistakes, you're setting yourself up for a life that reflects that effort. But if you waste your time waiting for things to get easier, you're only pushing your future further out of reach. Time doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to work, and the work starts now. People who live with purpose don't have more time than others. They have more clarity. They understand that every minute they spend distracted, unmotivated, or disconnected is a minute stolen from their dreams. You cannot buy more time, and you can't rewind what's been lost, but you can take control of this moment and start using it in a way that honors the life you want to live. Your future self will either thank you or resent you for what you do today. The version of you you're hoping to become is depending on you to stop wasting time and start acting with urgency. Your time today is the foundation of your tomorrow. Stop giving your time to people and things that drain your energy. Time is not just about hours and minutes. It's about where you focus your attention and who you allow into your mental space. The more time you spend on people who don't respect your value, the less time you have to grow, evolve, and work toward the life you actually want. Not everyone deserves access to your time. Not every conversation is worth your emotional bandwidth. When you constantly give your energy to the wrong people, you rob yourself of the clarity, peace, and drive needed to pursue your own purpose. It's not selfish to protect your time. It's necessary. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your values, you're saying no to something that does. And the danger is, you often don't notice the damage right away. It happens slowly, your motivation fades, your mental clarity clouds, and your goals start to feel less urgent. All because you're investing time in things that give you nothing in return. Whether it's toxic relationships, meaningless drama, endless scrolling, or mindless routines, all of it drains your focus without adding any value to your journey. You have to learn to be intentional with your presence. Your time is a gift, and it should be earned, not taken for granted. People who constantly take from you your energy, your kindness, your focus without ever giving anything back, are stealing moments that you can never get back. You owe it to yourself to set boundaries, to walk away from chaos, and to surround yourself with people who respect your time as much as you do. Protecting your time means protecting your peace, your vision, and your future. It means choosing progress over people pleasing. It means deciding that your goals matter more than temporary comfort or validation. The more focused you become, the more you'll notice how many things once distracted you from your purpose. When you start guarding your time, you start attracting opportunities, environments, and relationships that support your growth. You begin to move differently, think clearly, and act with purpose. Your energy becomes more powerful when it's no longer being drained by everything that doesn't serve you. Your time is too expensive to waste on anything that doesn't move you forward. Discipline with your time is the highest form of self-respect. It's the way you show yourself that your goals matter, that your future matters, and most importantly, that you matter. Most people think discipline is about being rigid or sacrificing fun, but it's really about making conscious choices that honor your potential. When you use your time with discipline, you're saying no to distractions not because you're being forced to, but because your dreams are worth more than momentary comfort. You stop letting life happen to you and you start shaping it intentionally. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. It's waking up and choosing progress even when you don't feel like it. It's choosing structure over chaos, purpose over passivity, and long-term satisfaction over short-term pleasure. Time is limited, and without discipline, it slips through your hands before you realize it. But when you start managing your time with clarity and focus, your life begins to reflect that order. Your actions align with your ambitions, and your routine becomes a powerful tool rather than a mindless cycle. People often talk about self-love, but what they forget is that love isn't just about affirmations and comfort, it's also about holding yourself accountable. Discipline with your time means setting boundaries with yourself. It's refusing to let procrastination win. It's putting the phone down when you need to focus. It's choosing to work on your vision instead of wasting hours on things that won't matter tomorrow. That level of discipline isn't harsh, it's empowering, because it reminds you that you're in control. You decide how your time is spent, and in turn, how your life unfolds. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, even the small ones, you strengthen your belief in your own power. That's what discipline does. It builds a foundation of trust within. You begin to see results not just in your productivity, but in how you carry yourself. You walk with more confidence, you speak with more clarity, and you think with more purpose. Discipline turns chaos into strategy. It turns wasted time into progress, and it transforms ordinary days into the building blocks of an extraordinary life. When you treat your time with seriousness, the world begins to treat your presence with the same level of respect.